Yeah, so if you listen, I can get it to pop just right here with just the right pressure on the head tube. Yeah, so if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that this is my Specialized Crux. I love this bike. I have a lot of positive things to say about it. Super fun, super versatile, but I have had issues with the headset since I bought this. This is a common issue of the 2022 to 2024 Specialized Crux. So basically what has happened is this top spacer bearing is a little bit flimsy and not quite up to task. And when you cinch everything down, when you torque everything to spec, that gives you a little bit of play in the headset. On the short term, what it does is it makes this horrible popping noise. Long term, it will actually wear the carbon down inside the frame, inside the steerer tube, because it has play and it moves, and that can actually snap long term. So I've been wanting to fix this for a while. I finally have the parts, and that's what we're gonna do today. So just to highlight, this is the part that's going into it. This is the Creak headset. I'm gonna replace everything. A lot of other videos I've watched, they don't actually replace everything, but I just thought we might as well do it. So this is the top and the bottom bearing, a new top cap, which is right here. This is the main piece that we want right here. This is all metal, so this will hold up really nice and provide a very strong base for the headset and won't give any play. This is the main piece that we want to replace, but additionally we have some additional bearings. I'm just going to go ahead and put some new bearings in since I have them, and it does have some miles on it as well. The one dumb thing about this bike is the front brake hose is really short, so I actually always have to remove the handlebars in order to replace this. Yeah, so if you look right here, it's not super obvious, but you can see there's nothing to feel there, but where that bearing is putting pressure on the carbon right there, long term, that'll actually wear into it and it can snap the steerer tube. So I thought I'd just replace that for now. So if we're looking at it, this is really the main issue with it. This top piece is just not quite enough. And you get a little bit of flex and a little bit of play on it, and it just doesn't sit quite right. You can see I've added a shim in there to help with the popping, but it still isn't quite adequate with it. So this bolt that the Creak headset came with to tighten down the headset bearings is much nicer than this flimsy little piece of metal. So I'm gonna switch those out. I'm gonna leave the spider nut in there. That's already in there, but I'm gonna put this one on. I can already tell just by turning it that this is much nicer than the one that was on it. Just a little clean right here. Yeah, this thing is a lot smoother and it's like a lot better. Yeah, so I've been riding the new headset for a couple days, and I'd have to say at this point, I feel like it's fixed it. It had to have been just that top cap, a little bit flimsy. Under high load, it gave you a little bit of play in it and created that horrible popping and creaking noise. This fixed it for me. I know this is a common issue on models like 22 to 24 on the Specialized Crux. The shims that they recommend, the little tiny spacers, those definitely improve the situation, but they didn't solve it for me. So you can start with the shims, the little spacers, and then if that doesn't work, you can upgrade to the full Creak. Link in the description for that headset. And yeah, so far this is working really well for me. One thing I quickly wanted to add to the end of this video is as I was putting the new bearings in and setting up the new headset, the actual setup of the preload ended up being a long and difficult process. It took a lot of trial and error to get the preload just right
on these specific bearings. So keep them in mind as you put it back together. You'll have to play with it and get it just tight enough that the steering isn't sticky, but not loose enough that you get any bearing rattle. So I had to play with it for a good 30 minutes or so to get it balanced just right. It's working great now, but the preload in the setup of this new headset and these new bearings did take me quite a lot longer than I was thinking. Other than that, seems to be working perfect and enjoying the new bearings.